Officers are telling them to run backwards right now. Are you seeing that, Shauna?
Yeah.
So they're running across the street right now. Again, they're crossing Griffin Street.
Caught on video exclusively by KFOR photographer Shauna Jackson.
Photojournalist Shauna Jackson, she has been in Moore all day.
Shauna Jackson down there on the scene.
I'm seeing a lot of destruction down here right now.
It's not all about boxing. Boxing is a perk.
Now.
Boxing is an award.
This is my passion. I love doing what I do. We work with kids through the sport of boxing.
After.
I do mentoring. I'll do after-school program. I actually have tutoring. I have people come here and they tutor the kids on curriculums.
Let's sound that word out.
It's all free too. When at-school tutoring and stuff like that, it's all free. So it's just for the kids.
3, 6.
Good job.
It helps them out a lot mentally. School grades wise, anger wise, it just helps them out a whole bunch.
Ha! Don't pull back.
There's so much gang-infested things going on right now, and that's what I want to keep those kids away from.
Jab, jab, jab. Hit the bag.
This is who I depended on to go in there and kind of navigate around the small bumps that children sometimes have.
1. Snap it. Ha!
I just want to be an influence in somebody's life. That's all I want to do.
He takes them into the gym and show them different ways to channel that anger.
It's not just boxing. You think you're getting away with something in school, you might see one of us show up at your school. He go pull the report cards before they get the report cards.
They need somebody to kind of mentor them.
And stay there, right there.
Encourage them that you don't have to be in a gang, get in trouble. As long as they're coming here, they're keeping their grades up, that's a plus for me. This is my passion. I love doing what I do, and I'm going to keep doing it until God brings me up to him. If I can save one kid, that makes a difference.
Right back. Time. Good job. Good job.
As some Houston neighborhoods get back to normal, others won't for some time. This is right along the Buffalo Bayou here, this West Houston neighborhood of Wilchester. And here, officials say the water might not drop for 10 to 15 days because they are still releasing water from the reservoir. But as we've been out in these neighborhoods where some people still can't get around unless they've got a boat or a truck to get through the water, we have been in awe of what people have been doing to help each other. There's things you take for granted like trash service. People this morning were having to take their trash cans through the water to get it to the end of the neighborhood where it could be picked up after it's been sitting there for several days. Neighbors saw that need, and the ones that had trucks started driving around and picking up trash, loading it off at the front of the neighborhood. It was something that they could do because they had the vehicles to do it. Other neighbors were worried about the roads being too flooded, and so they made signs and put it at the front entrance of the neighborhood to warn people who were taking traffic apps and following it down the roads that they can't pass if they try to get through the neighborhood that way. This has been a case of Texans helping Texans, doing what they can to help their neighbors because they may need to help each other for some time.
I mean, everybody, you don't meet them until these storms, so it's good.
You feel like you've got to know your neighbors better?
Yeah, it's good. Everybody sits around, has a drink after you get finished, and that's how you bond with people.
You can see that stalled car back there, and that is a sense of how deep the water is. It actually juts down as it goes towards some of the homes in this neighborhood. That's another reality people are going to face over the next several days, is that there are a lot of cars that tow trucks just haven't been able to get to yet. And there are a lot of people that are going to need new cars before they can get mobile again and be active and live the way they were before the storm. In West Houston, Blake Hansen, Fox 4 News.
A light went down and it hit me in the head, and all the other girls were screaming and they were crying.
Terror at Plaza Towers Elementary as students and staffers huddled, a devastating tornado barreling down.
I have blood in my hair from my friend. She was on top of me. She was bleeding because she got hit pretty hard.
Outside in the aftermath, a scene even worse. Chaos, devastation, and an entire neighborhood destroyed. A powerful twister that raked and scraped this part of Moore all the way down to the dirt.
How do you put into words like this?
You don't. You can't. It's your whole life. It's just gone.
By early afternoon, confirmation in the worst way. Authorities say 7 children died while taking shelter at Plaza Towers Elementary, and even more were feared dead, the number possibly expected to rise. And this once quiet neighborhood will never feel the same again.
My life prior to finding out about this was a disaster. My dad had passed and COVID hit, so I pretty much had lost everything. Lost my job, lost my car, lost my place to live. Prior to the pandemic, I was an Uber driver, so I was Ubering. And when the pandemic hit, it shut everything down, so there was no, they wouldn't even allow us out. So kind of lost that, and everything was shut down, so I couldn't do anything. I started working with Workforce Solutions, and I was assigned a career counselor, and working with her, Ms. Doris Alves, we did a lot of testing. She would talk to me, and we would find out what my interests were, where I lied as far as education and all that kind of stuff. And she was able to build me back up, because at that point I was just knocked down. I was, had no future, had no hope, no anything. She was able to direct me and help me dust myself off and move forward again. They have a lot of resources. They know what they're doing. They're very professional, very knowledgeable. We started looking for programs, for training programs for me to go into to jumpstart my career again. I didn't know it at the time, but I tested real high in the medical field. And I'd thought about it before, but I never really took it that serious. I really didn't know that I could even do it. Once I did get into that program and start doing it, to me, it just exploded. My eyes were opened up. I was so excited. I found out that I really had a knack for this. It was something that I really love to do. My passion and my goal have always been to help others, to help other people, to help them in their worst time. The hands-on is great. I love it. The instruction is one thing. You can read a book, you can read it online, you can listen to videos and all that kind of, but when you actually get to put your hands on and start doing things, it's great, it's wonderful. It really shows you and gives you the confidence that what you're learning and you're able to put into practice. In the program that I'm in, we actually get 4 certifications. We get the CNA, which is a Certified Nurse's Assistant. Then there's a phlebotomy section where you learn phlebotomy, and then there's the EKG section. And then you have an overall certification as a patient care technician. It's been a wonderful journey. Graduating in the end of March, it feels great. I'm ready to get out there. I'm excited. I'm preparing. Have my resume ready and practicing my interview skills and a lot of the tools that they taught me through Workforce. I would definitely refer them to Workforce Solutions. They know they're professionals. They do this for a living. They know what they're doing. They have the experience. They have all the contacts. They have the training. They have everything, all the tools that you need and more.
When it comes to defending or supporting marginalized communities, few community leaders compare to the tireless efforts demonstrated by Kiev Tatum, pastor of the New Mount Rose Missionary Baptist Church, located in East Fort Worth. For the past several years, he has proven himself to be a fearless community leader, willing to extend himself whatever degree necessary to serve and support those in greatest need of our care and concern. As a member of the Fatherhood Coalition, organized in 1998 by Workforce Solutions, Pastor Tatum has been an ardent supporter of our activities, offering his church for fatherhood and community outreach events upon request. When discovering that Fatherhood Coalition was falling short of the goal for Christmas gift cards for low-income children this year, Pastor Tatum joined Workforce Board member Lily Biggins as a Gold Star donor, together providing an additional 20 gift cards to help us reach our goal. Thanks to their special gifts and other donors, we reached our goal of 75 gift cards, matching the number given last year. Pastor Tatum's outcry in 2020 about economic and health challenges in the 76104 zip code was instrumental in the Fort Worth Star-Telegram's reporting through a series of articles that put a spotlight on the need for focused leadership and development of urgent strategies to improve quality of life conditions in this neighborhood. A UT study revealed that Tarrant County residents living in the 76104 zip code had the lowest life expectancy of any zip code in the state of Texas. Over the past 2 years, in response to multiple challenges magnified by the COVID-19 pandemic, Pastor Tatum has collaborated with local, state, and federal organizations to secure much-needed resources to address issues such as food deserts, lack of transportation limiting access to jobs, insufficient healthcare options, and more. Recently, he expanded his church's definition of ministry by initiating a clinic without walls by converting his church into an accessible facility within the 76104 neighborhood for the distribution of PPE supplies, testing, and COVID-19 vaccinations, as well as monoclonal antibody infusions for residents infected by the virus. His innovative and courageous efforts have resulted in thousands of Southside residents receiving assistance. The 2021 Community Partner Award goes to Pastor Tatum. Goodwill North Central Texas has been a valuable partner to Workforce Solutions for Tarrant County for many years. During the pandemic, the Youth Job Skills Initiative was introduced. This initiative allows for disadvantaged young adults to have the opportunity to earn information on industry-recognized skill certificates or credentials. Some of the certificates and credentials they earned were forklift certification, accounting with QuickBooks, Child Care Associate, Microsoft Office Suite, food and customer service training. The young adults that are enrolled in Youth Job Skills are co-enrolled in our program. These young adults participate in a program called E2, Education and Employment, which is a program that targets high school dropouts. The young adults that are enrolled in this program are provided high school equivalency for 3 hours and are provided paid internship opportunities the other part of the day, Monday through Friday. Once the young adults pass 2 parts of their high school equivalency, they are able to enroll in Training Youth Job Skills. Due to COVID-19, they had to pivot, and all the trainings were 100% virtual, and Goodwill North Central Texas continued to provide excellent service that ensured Tarrant County young adults were prepared for employment and or post-secondary education. So far, Goodwill has 59 participants enrolled, 19 participants receiving a high school diploma or equivalent, 27 participants have obtained employment, and 47 are enrolling in post-secondary education.